7 a.m. Let's rise and shine. So talks money, the future's aligned. Grab your coffee, let's take a ride. It's wealth and wisdom, time will rise. Author, investor, educator, team, sharing the wealth, building things you should know. From trust to banking, it's all a must. Your guide to wealth is learning to trust. Legacy matters, secure it right. Dreams take shape with every insight. Rules and assets, life insurance plans, building for your future with expert hands. Slow cost money and more. Building wealth with knowledge galore. Asset protection plans to grow. Tune in and watch your dreams overflow. From saving today to trust to life. Breaking generational wealth divides. Healthcare directives, banking tips. We're here to help your fortune eclipse. From saving today to trust to life. Breaking generational wealth divides. Healthcare directives, banking tips. We're here to help your fortune eclipse. So tune in now, it's time to learn. So wisdom's your return. Invest, protect, and thrive for sure. Signing off is gold, talks money and more.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's time to rise and shine for another edition of So Talks Money and More. I am your host, Dr. Sabrina Edmond Williams, educator, author, and investor. Opening minds and closing contracts. I am so noted and I am so excited and so delighted to be here with you on this second Monday in July. Man, how time is flying. Thank you so much for tuning in today to my YouTube viewing audience, my Facebook viewing audience, and my WMPR and WGDQ listening audience. It is so good to be here with you today. We got a lot to talk about, and we're going to be talking for a little longer today, so stick in with me for about an hour if you have the time. I'm going to talk the first part of this show about some things that I just want to put on your mind, open your mind up and give you a little bit of a different perspective. And then in the second half, we're going to talk about an event that's upcoming this weekend. And Dr. Williams is actually putting a call out for some help. We're trying to do some good things here in the city of Jackson, and we cannot do this without you. We want you to be a part of it as well. So I got to start this show off this morning by just doing a couple of shout outs. We're not going to tear it long. I want to say good morning to all of my Nissan workers. I know you have enjoyed that break, but it's time to go on back to the job. Have a good day to you today after you've been on shutdown. I know it may be a little hard for you, but get on up and get in there and get those cars built. Get the cars built. Shout out to all of my friends across the land today that may be celebrating, whether it's your birthday, your anniversary, or just some other special day for you. I hope this is a good day for all of you. Got to say thank you to my good friends, Mr. Lee Clark down in Richland, Mississippi, and also Mr. Earl White here in the city of Jackson. Those have been two of my great supporters on this journey of building, protecting, and transferring wealth. I tell you, those gentlemen have supported me through the purchase of several copies of my book. They have ensured that their families and their friend circles are knowledgeable, and I certainly thank them for their support. Thank you so much. I cannot do what I do without you. So I'm here to say thank you. As you know, Dr. Williams has been talking for the past couple of weeks about some upcoming events in the month of August that I am so excited. I mean, can you say excited? I am so excited to be a part of two upcoming events. One is the All Black National Conference that will be held in Atlanta, Georgia, August the 21st through the 23rd. I am actually scheduled to participate as a panelist at that conference. At the same time, in another part of the city there, we will be celebrating and participating in an event known as Invest Fest, all things investment. I mean, that lineup is wonderful. I don't have time to get into it this morning because I got some other things I want to talk about, but just trust me. Dr. Williams will be rolling out the lineup and inviting and challenging you, Mississippi, to come on and let's go to Atlanta. Atlanta is only about 6.5 hours from here, and there is so much learning that is going to be going on, teaching and education and transferring of wealth and knowledge over in Atlanta, August the 22nd through the 24th. I've had people to reach out to me from Atlanta that know I'm coming. They're telling me they're going to meet me there, and I thank you. Thank you. I'm looking forward to seeing you. I've had people to reach out to me from Kentucky that said, Dr. Williams, we're going to meet you there. We're planning to come. We're getting our tickets together now. So I thank you from whatever part of the country that you are coming from to meet with me and visit with me at InvestVest. I look forward to meeting all of you. This morning, I want to talk about something that it's been on my mind and been on my heart for a little while. This radio hosting, talk show hosting thing, it's kind of new to me. I've been doing it for almost a year now, come to think of it, but it's still a new venture to me. And, sometimes when you do something new, especially when you step to the forefront, you get faced with a lot of challenges, a lot of unexpected things. And of course, you become the subject of a lot of critique. A lot of critique, and that's okay. That's okay. It's to be expected. But I do want to take this moment with the show today to encourage those of you that may be sitting on the sidelines, wanting to step up in some way, but feeling that you may not be comfortable being in the spotlight. There is so much work to be done in our communities, in our churches, in our homes. Actually, there's a lot of work to be done, but oftentimes we find that the work is plentiful and the laborers are few. The laborers are few. Today, I want to talk about something that I actually played with the title of the messaging today. I'm sure pastors go through this in preparing for their Sunday morning sermons. And I thought about, calling this segment The Critic, because we're certainly going to be talking a lot about criticism. But in the end, I went back to something that I've heard one of my colleagues here at WNPR, Dr. Henderson, say many times. He talks about organizing and not criticizing. He says we should take an approach of organizing rather than criticizing. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. Just a few things that I want to share. See, I've got my folks tuning in this morning. I got some YouTube viewers. Good morning, my dear friend, Miss Retha. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Miss Retha is always supportive of the work that I'm doing, and I certainly appreciate you for tuning in. I got some folks listening to me this morning. Thank you so much. Back in April of 1910, April 23rd to be exact, one of our former presidents, Teddy Roosevelt, actually did a speech. He delivered a speech at the Sorbonne in Paris, France. The speech is entitled Citizenship in a Republic. Citizenship in a Republic. He actually gave this speech to emphasize the importance of active participation and effort in public life rather than passive criticism. Roosevelt wanted basically to inspire his audience. He wanted to inspire them, particularly those in public service. He wanted to inspire them to embrace challenges and strive for greatness, even when faced with setbacks and criticism along the way. I think a few minutes ago, I heard Mr. Armstrong playing a song. Uh, Vicky Winans, if I'm not mistaken, as long as I got King Jesus, I don't need nobody else. She said, I've been lied on, talked about, mistreated. I've been done real bad. But as long as I got King Jesus, I don't need nobody else. Setbacks and criticisms are to be expected. Anytime you step into the public, it's to be expected. One of the core messages of this particular speech to which I'm referencing, speech is entitled Citizenship in a Republic. And just saying that, I know many of you probably have no clue what I'm talking about. But there is a core message within that speech that has become quite popular, quite popular. In fact, it's one of my favorite poems, if you will, passages. And it is entitled The Man in the Arena. Now, when I first heard this, I think many years ago when I was actually in graduate school, I was just blown away because it hit different. It hit different. And I'd like to share this passage with you as a thought, as a way, as Teddy Roosevelt did so many, many years ago, of encouraging those that are in public life, that are trying to make a difference in their community. The man in the arena. It is not the critic who counts, not the one who points out how the strong man stumbled or how the doer of deeds might have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred with sweat and dust and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs and comes short again and again, who knows the great enthusiasms, the great devotions, and spends himself in a worthy cause, who, if he wins, knows the triumph of high achievement, and who, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who know neither victory nor defeat. Those cold and timid souls who know neither victory nor defeat. The man in the arena. You know, as I sit here, this is talk radio. So we often get people that will call in and give their feedback and their opinion, and we welcome that. We want you to be a part of the community here at WMPR. We welcome your input. But one of the things I want to encourage us to think about this morning, for those who do call in with your comments, your opinions, your observation, I want you to think about where those things are coming from. Are they coming from a position of adding something of value to, I should say, the discussion? Or are they coming from a position of criticism? You know, it's easy to sit on the sidelines and watch others and make comments about what they're not doing, what they got wrong, what they didn't do right, what they should have, would have, could have done, but it's a whole nother thing for you to step into the arena, take up a cause, and move forward yourselves. It's a whole nother thing. Trust me, I know. So I want to encourage us to think about that. When there are others that are doing, think about that. It may shape your perspective. It may give you a different view of things when you really ask yourselves, am I? Am I adding anything of value? Or am I simply sitting on the sidelines criticizing? Dr. Henderson says that we should organize, not criticize. And Dr. Williams stands in agreement, stand in solidarity with that statement. Organize, don't criticize. It's a lot of work out here to be done. Just a few weeks ago, I happened to be at Walmart, and a young man came up to me. He was having car problems, and he says he needed a boost, and he wanted to know if I wouldn't mind pulling my car over so he could get a boost. Told him I didn't have a problem with that, and I did pull the car over. But when I got over there, he mentioned that he had jumper cables, but he said, do you know how to install the cables? He looked at me with that puzzled look, and do you know how to do it? And I thought that was a little bit odd. You know, the man has the jumper cables, but he doesn't know how to use them. Now, in that moment, I could have easily chosen to criticize, but I saw a need. In him, I saw not just one, saw many young Black men in particular, but a lot of our young Black women don't know either. We need to know as well. I saw an opportunity to do something to add value to our community. And so this morning, in our second half of the hour, we're going to be talking about an opportunity for our community to serve. An opportunity for our community to serve. I have done the work of organizing, and I need your help. The organizing part is done, you know. We don't want you to sit on the sidelines and criticize. We want you to step into the arena. I often talk here on this show about there being 4 types of people in this world, 4 types. Those who talk about what's happening, those who watch things happen, those who wonder what has happened or what is happening, and those who make things happen. That man in the arena that President Roosevelt talked about so long ago, back in 1910, that's the man that's making things happen. And Lord knows, with everything that's going on in our communities and in this world in general, we need more people to make things happen. Now, I want to just share something with you, and I've said this before. I know we just came out of campaign season, and again, shout out to our new mayor here in the city of Jackson, Mayor Horn, and your new administration. We wish you Godspeed. Wish you a very successful term as the leader here in the city of Jackson. We've often said that even though we have people that are in leadership positions, they can't do it all. It takes all of us. It takes a collective effort. All of us coming together, working together to do our parts. All of us have a part to play. All of us have a part that we can play. You don't have to have a title. You don't have to have a position. One of the easiest things in the world to say is, it's not my job. It's not my responsibility. And my question to you, my listening audience, and my community is, whose responsibility is it? Whose responsibility is it? When you see a need, when you see something that needs to be done, whose responsibility is it to step up and get it done? Do you have to have a position, elected position, to get it done? Should you have to have one? Should you have to have a title to get it done? I often walk through my neighborhood, and when these feet allow me, I guess I should say, those of you that know I've been having problems with my feet will understand that statement. But on my morning walks or my afternoon walks through my community, I'll often see trash that has been placed on the side of the road. Perhaps it's fallen off someone's vehicle or been thrown on the side of the road by someone who does not care. Either way, I see it, I notice it, and I choose not to walk on by. Whose responsibility is it to pick it up? We don't have anyone designated in the neighborhood to do it. Whose responsibility is it? I live there. People have to pass by the trash to get to my house. That's a reflection of me. Whose responsibility is it? So I choose to do the right thing. And that's what I'm asking us to think about today. When we see opportunities to serve, whether they are great or small, get involved. Do it. It's okay to get involved. The late, great John Lewis says, sometimes it's good to get in good trouble. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Get in some good trouble. Find you a good cause and fight for that good cause. A good cause, a worthy cause. Don't be the one that sits on the sideline and criticize. Get in there and organize. And if organization is not your strong suit, then there's something else that you can do. And that's called support. You can support. You don't always have to lead an effort. You don't have to. There have been many times along this thing called my life journey when I have chosen to play second. Could have played first base, but I chose to play second. A role of support, supporting someone else in what they were trying to accomplish. There are many ways that you can support, but one way that you don't support is when you stand on the sidelines and criticize. And in fact, if I recall correctly, for those that, we're in the Bible Belt, so I got to take us to church. Scripture tells us that we were all given specific talents, all of us. There are things that I can do very well. There are things I don't do very well at all. And I try to stay in my lane. However, I think if we go back and we look at those gifts that we were all given, I don't think we'll find criticism being one of those things. I don't know where that came from. I don't think that's of God. It's not of God. But we find that there are a lot of critics. With everything that's going on in our community, we need more people that are willing to stand up, step into the arena and serve. There are many ways that we can do it, people. We don't have to do it for the cameras, for the spotlight, for the shine, for the views, the clicks. We don't have to do it for those reasons. In fact, it's best when we don't do it for those reasons. There's a lot of work. In this city, I'm in Jackson, and the reason why I'm saying that is because I'm streaming to YouTube, and I don't know where my YouTube viewing audience is. I'm streaming to Facebook, may have viewers in other states, other areas. And certainly we can't forget about our WGDQ listening audience down in Hattiesburg. Welcome, and we thank you for your support as well. Here in this city, we have a need for shelter. For many people in our community, you see them, I see them, we all see them. But what's the solution? We just came out of a legislative session here in the state of Mississippi, and if I am correct, which I believe I am, I don't think anything came out of that session to really address the issue of homelessness. Now, there was much discussion, as I understand, and there were things put in place and bills passed and signed by our governor as it relates to homelessness. However, when it comes to the issue and finding a solution to the problem, that didn't come out of the legislative session. My point is this, people. We cannot sit back and wait for other people. Our politicians, many times we waiting on our preachers, churches, we're waiting on somebody else to do. There are times when we as individuals simply have to step up and do what we can do. Do what we can do. Now, as I sit here talking about criticism, it's interesting. As I mentioned, I'm streaming live on YouTube, and I see a comment which I dare not read, but it's interesting that I'm talking about organizing and not criticizing. And I get a comment. Very interesting. Again, I'm going to end where I started. The man in the arena. I'll read this as I get ready to wrap up for the day. I want to just say shout out to my good friend, Miss Day, my good friend, Mr. Body, who are tuned in this morning. I thank you guys for your support. Thank you for my Facebook viewing audience as well, those that have signed in and that are watching us this morning. I see I got a viewer from California and one from down in Summerall, some of my family members. Thank you guys for tuning in this morning. Man in the arena. It is not the critic who counts, not the one who points out how the strong man stumbled, or how the doer of deeds might have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred with sweat and dust and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs and comes short again and again, who knows the great enthusiasms, the great devotions, and spends himself in a worthy cause, who, if he wins, knows the triumphs of high achievement, and who, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who know neither victory nor defeat. Those cold and timid souls who know neither victory nor defeat. Those of us that are in radio understand that we have something to say. We have to say it. And in most instances, we're paying for airtime. So we don't have a lot of time to waste, And I want to just encourage those of you that do have things of value to share with our listening audience. Please call in and share those things. Those of you that don't, I encourage you to use those minutes of your day in other ways, rather than calling the radio station to argue with radio talk show hosts or try to prove them wrong. My question to you is, what are you doing? What are you doing? Are you organizing? Are you simply sitting on the side criticizing? And with that being said, my friends, I'm looking at the clock. My time for this segment has come to an end. I think we're going to do a break here shortly, and then we're going to come back in the second half of the hour. And Mr. Armstrong and I are going to do some talking about community involvement and engagement. I thank you so much for tuning in to Dr. Williams today. My show is about money, but my show is called So Talks Money and More. My show is called So Talks Money and More. And this morning I'm choosing to talk more. All right, there's more things that I can talk about other than money. It's been great being here with you today. I look forward to being here right here next Monday morning. If the good Lord says the same, this Monday morning at 7 a.m. So we'll be talking money and more. Peace.
A portion of this program has been underwritten by Unity Learning Center. Here are 5 facts about Unity Learning Center. We provide 2 meals and a snack per day. We teach the Picker curriculum. We have experience and dedicated employees. We offer a safe environment. We offer medical care. Here's an extra one. We teach. We don't babysit.